Hello everyone, I'm Jaye Cottrill, the Global Marketing Communications Manager here at LaserTech. Every Tuesday around 2 p.m. Mountain Time, we go live with a subject matter expert to talk about solving problems in traffic safety or professional measurement. You can join us on your coffee break. We are live for about 15 minutes. We are also live tweeting, so if Twitter is more your style, you can join us over there. Feel free to post any questions or comments for our guests or for LaserTech, and we'll answer them either in real time or as the subject of another Tuesday at 2 conversation. Today, I am excited to talk with Jay Riester. He's one of our longtime partners in geospatial measurements. Hi, Jay. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Sure, no problem. So Jay Riester, Senior Mapping Support Technician with Seiler Instrument. I've been with Seiler since 2007. Based out of St. Louis is where Seiler is located, but my role is on the tech team to assist our sales reps and our customers in finding the right measurement solutions in the mapping division. And I have a coworker named Joe Mata, who's also in our St. Louis office, but I'm based out of our Milwaukee office.
All right. And I'm sorry, how long have you been with Seiler?
Since 2007. Been in the geospatial industry since 1996.
Okay, so you would say that you're somewhat of an expert then, wouldn't you?
In certain categories, yes.
Okay. So you recently hosted a webinar and we were participating in that. Would you mind talking about what did we talk about and what people could learn from that webinar?
Sure. So it was co-hosted with some of your staff, Derek, Steve, and Brian, and we basically went over some workflows, best practices with the laser rangefinders, focused mainly on the TruePulse 200X and the 360. Went through industries as far as what they're using, so the forestry industry, of course, is one of our main customer bases. Utilities as far as pole audits, finding out if poles can have 5G put on them or not is a main topic that's happening right now. We do have a lot of GIS and just public works asset inventory projects where people are just using standard GPS laser offsets, missing line functions, a few other height routines that get used with some of the lasers. And then we also then discussed the newer version of TerraFlex as an adaptive laser offset workflow similar to the old TerraSync or ArcPad workflows. And so we discussed that in the second half of the webinar. And it's been recorded and it's on our Seiler Solutions YouTube page.
That's awesome. We will post a link to that below so that anybody who's watching can then go and see the webinar.
Yep.
So, yeah, the Trimble solution we were talking earlier is pretty, it takes a lot of guesswork out and it makes a lot of things a lot more automatic and easy to do. So we were talking about how we were great fans of the Trimble workflow. Are there other workflows that you work with that you really find intuitive and easy for your customers to use?
Sure. So we are also an Esri business partner too, so we're business partners. So we do have a lot of customers using the collector and or Survey 123 workflows in addition to our traditional TerraSync, ArcPad, and TerraFlex. So we do have high accuracy devices that are Bluetooth capable, the R1s, the R2s, and they do integrate well with Survey 123 and Collector for those that are primarily in the Esri workflow database backend. Getting the data out of the office easily into the hands of field crews that are not GIS strong, but just need to go out there and collect assets and move on their merry way and do their normal daily inspections. Paperless is what the key is.
Yeah. So is that a common thing that you work with? Is crews that just need more paperless asset collection?
A lot, yeah, especially in the utility industry. We've been finding it more and more.
Well, it's harder to smudge paperless things, isn't it?
It's less things that drop in a puddle, that's for sure.
Yeah. So in the course of your business and the interactions that you have with the different clients that you work with, what would be one of the top questions that you end up answering a lot?
A lot is, twofold. Where can I find resources to, improve my workflows? Where's documentation located? Sometimes it's not as easy to find as others. So what we do is we maintain a support blog, and we try to post that information out there, whether it's related to laser tech products, Esri products, Trimble products, that type of nature. The other thing, more of a workflow question, is how do I get my data to line up? Because I now have to use software or do hardware, and it doesn't seem to work as intuitive, or maybe over intuitive, I guess, the way it used to. So we have to, I guess, aid them in figuring out how they used to do their processes and now slightly tweak their workflows to get the same accuracy that they had seen before.
Do you think that's a hard thing for people to be able to switch as they're upgrading their workflow and their tools?
It depends, I guess, on the workflow or the tools. So I think it's gotten easier when we've now gone to online when dealing with Terraflex and or Collector Survey 123. There's less things that can go wrong or less hindrances versus when we used to use older products. You'd always have to bring it back to the office, plug in, deal with some IT issues sometimes. These days, a majority of the customers are now going online workflow where the data beats them back to the office.
Well, that's nice.
Yes,
yeah.
It is.
And that way they can have someone back at the office start working on that data crunching and manipulation that they need to do. That seems like it would speed up a lot of work process for them.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yep.
So, tell me about one of your more difficult projects. Like, what's a major win that you remember and you'd like to talk about?
As far as major projects that we've done, as far as myself or as far as Seiler itself?
Either one. Both.
Okay. I think I don't know if it's difficult, but it was very interesting because not everybody gets a chance to go out into the field and go to some weird or remote places or odd places. I actually had to go to a former nuclear site in northern Illinois, so I just gave it away where it was, Long Lake, Michigan, and I had to do a 2-day training there for a customer that was doing soil bore remediation of the soil. They have to get it back to a certain code before they turn it back over to the public. So the EPA is heavily involved in that. I think it was challenging in the fact that you're trying to teach a class in an industry that you're not familiar with, and then also you got all this construction around you where they're trying to tear down the old facilities, and yet at the main time you had to go in and out through security and through particle checkers on the way out to make sure that you were healthy when you left the facility, because it used to be a former nuclear place. So
right. Yeah, so there's a lot of
I think that was probably the most challenging training I ever had to do. Because normally you go to maybe just a city or a county or an engineering firm, and you're just teaching a class at their office. This was an actual site project that you had to be on while you're working out of trailers and backhoes and dump trucks and things moving around, and security is there too. So
it was learned a lot about the nuclear industry while you were there.
A little bit, and in that same customer, not at that same level, but we have done some trainings for them elsewhere throughout the upper Midwest on similar facilities, but not that big of an extent.
So would you say that's one of your favorite projects, or do you have a different one that's your favorite to talk about?
I wouldn't say that's my favorite. I'd say some of the ones that take me to places I probably wouldn't normally go to, maybe on vacation or in my daily, I guess, life in general. I've been up to Upper Michigan quite a bit in the Houghton area. I've really enjoyed being up there. Just it's so scenic, and there's things to do and explore when you're not working. But teaching classes out there, in a different environment is definitely outside of the normal city realm. And it adds to the experience, I guess, once you can get outside of a city and train somewhere unique,
right,
like Upper Michigan.
So you've been talking about city and then getting out into more of a field situation. How much of your business would you say is city-based versus out in the field?
I do say that probably about a good 60 to 70% is our city, county, local government, and engineering firms. But we do have a lot of customers that are in environmental type work, restoration, delineations, of wetlands. There are some engineering firms that do that type of work too. So sometimes you are meeting them remotely. I've met some customers out on some wind farms that are being built in northern Illinois or out in Iowa. So you're literally going out into the cornfields while the wind farms are being built, teaching them how to collect GPS because they need to map out where all the buried, electric lines are or any conduits or anything that's going to be placed underground before it gets buried. So you got to teach them how to collect that data properly before the cornfield is there and you never see anything underground again.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Very different.
Would you say that the bulk of your business is done with electric and utility providers then? Or do you have other industries that you teach and serve?
Those are one of the main ones, electric, but gas especially, and telco has come on a lot lately. Fiber telco, and not only that too, but water is huge. Water utility is one of the big ones. They want to know where the infrastructure is, where the valves, where the inlets, where the hydrants, because things do, in the middle of the night, things do break, and so they need to navigate back out to them and do some repairs.
Yeah, it seems like the water mains always break in the middle of the night around here. So.
And then winter here in the north.
Right, yeah. With the frost heave just changing things with those times. Yeah, I can see that being a problem. What is one thing that you wish that everyone knew because it's such a game changer for the industry?
I would say back to one of your original questions too, as far as where user guides and support notes are, is I don't think people take enough advantage of what is actually online in these YouTube videos and those support notes, like our blogs too. There's a lot of good information out there, and once you can find the good resources on that, and if that particular organization or person keeps making those videos or blogs, those are invaluable, is what they are, because it's a resource that you can always go back to.
Right. Yeah, and videos are almost as good as hands-on, and we can't do a whole lot of hands-on with our customers right now.
True.
So the videos fill that gap of being able to see how something is working. I know I'm much more of a visual learner, so if I watch someone do something, then I can absorb that information much better than reading it.
Right. So, well, GPS lasers are hands-on, so it's hard to teach someone. Yeah, exactly. All of it. We can teach some of it online.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So those were all of my serious questions, and we have a little bit of time left. So I've got some random questions. I know that one of my product managers likes when I ask people what the favorite topping for pizza is.
Okay.
So do you have a favorite topping?
I do pepperoni.
Oh, I like pepperoni too.
Yes. However, it's something to add to that though. Recently, my wife has been able to put barbecue sauce on our pizzas for whatever reason, just to try something different.
Yeah.
And instead of if you don't have enough spaghetti sauce, barbecue sauce pizzas are awesome. Give a different flavor profile. I mean, it's like having barbecue chicken. Why not put it on a pizza? Right?
Why not? Yeah, I've had dessert pizza, so
there you go.
It's totally possible. If you were to snack, would you prefer something salty or something sweet?
How about both pretzels and M&Ms?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, good combination.
Yeah, trail mix.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, especially if you got peanut M&Ms. There you go.
That's just about perfect. Well, Jay, thank you so much for joining me today. Did you have any last thoughts that you wanted us to know about Seiler?
It's a family-run company, been around since 1945. Check out SeilerInst.com website or SeilerGeo.com. Our division is Seiler Geospatial. That's where our mapping, survey, and construction division is in. And we also do have an Autodesk division, too, called Seiler Design Solutions.
Okay, that's great to know. I want to thank everyone for joining us on our Facebook Live today. If there are any new questions that are posted on the recording, they will be passed along to Jay or to other trainers within Laser Tech or the marketing team. So I want to let everyone know that looking forward, we will be talking with someone else next Tuesday on August 4th. So until then, I would like everyone to stay safe and be healthy. Thank you.